Hello students, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to my channel. This is a very important class on modern playwrights and today we will talk about Harold Pinter. But before starting, I want to give you a brief introduction about myself. Good evening Shubhriya, welcome. My name is Brishti Mukherjee. I have qualified NTA UGC NET exam in English literature 3 times and have also qualified West Bengal SET examination. I have 2 years of teaching experience. Moreover, I have also topped in NPTEL online course from IIT Madras 3 times. So that is all about myself. This is the link of my Telegram channel. So those of you who have not joined yet, please join to get notification of all important classes. And also please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel so that many more new learners can join. And these are the timings of the classes: Monday to Friday at 8:30 p.m, Saturday, Sunday off. So don't forget to join me live. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications. Good evening Himani, good evening Ifra, welcome. So जो भी स्टूडेंट्स वीडियो को देख रहे हो एक बार प्लीज लाइक एंड शेयर कर देना ताकि और भी स्टूडेंट्स ज्वाइन कर सके. So today we will talk about Harold Pinter, another very important modern playwright. This is the image of Harold Pinter. You can see 1930 to 2008 is his timeline. Good evening, Rupali. Welcome. So let's start with his biographical details and then we will move on to his plays. Good evening, Moshumi. Welcome. Good evening, Javed. Welcome. So Harold Pinter, 1930 to 2008 is his timeline. Harold Pinter. Okay, moving on to his biographical details. Harold Pinter was born on 10th October 1930 in East London, and he was a member of a Jewish family. His parents were Jewish, and he wrote under the pseudonym Pinter and Da Pinto. These are the 2 pseudonyms used by Harold Pinter. तो ये याद रखना, lesser known information hai. Harold Pinter also had pseudonym. Good evening Kavita, good evening Shubhangi, welcome. He used the pseudonym Pinter and Da Pinto. He studied at Hackney Down School. Basically he was born in Hackney in East London. Okay, so Hackney was the name of that county where he was born. So he studied at Hackney Down School and he made friends with Michael Goldstein and Henry Woolf. हेनरी वुल्फ वाज एन एक्टर जिन्होंने उनके प्ले में भी एक्ट किया था. ठीक है, हैरोल्ड पिंटर के प्ले में भी एक्ट किया था. सो ही मेड फ्रेंड्स विद माइकल गोल्डस्टाइन एंड हेनरी वुल्फ. He published his poetry. So his early career started as a poet. Later he became a dramatist. He published his poetry in his school magazine and also in another magazine called Poetry London under the pseudonym of Harold Pinter. Okay, so Harold Pinter, that pseudonym he used. Actually, his name was Harold Pinter, but he used the pseudonym Harold Pinter, okay, to publish his poetry in school magazine and later in Poetry London. This is the name of a magazine, Poetry London. Okay, so इसमें भी उन्होंने publish किया. So his early career started as a poet. Later what happens, he studied at Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Later he involved into the study of drama. And he studied at Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, which actually formed the base of all his experiences of writing plays. Okay, and another important event is he traveled to Turkey with Arthur Miller. ये travel भी उनको बहुत help किया था to shape the plots of his plays. So he gathered his experience mainly as a student of the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and also as a co-traveler of Arthur Miller. Good evening, Papri. Welcome. He traveled to Turkey with Arthur Miller. He also wrote a play based on that. ये जो experience उन्होंने gain किया था while traveling with Arthur Miller, he also wrote a play based on that. That play is named as Mountain Language, published in 1988. This is important. You just need to know the name only, that what is the context. Okay, so he wrote a play based on his travel experience with Arthur Miller that is known as Mountain Language, published in 1988. He opposed Cold War and Gulf War. the two important part of Second World War, you all know, after Second World War. So Cold War and Gulf War, these two things he greatly opposed. He was greatly traumatized by the experience of Second World War. Okay, and he was greatly influenced by Samuel Beckett. Greatly influenced by Samuel Beckett. So his plays are also part of absurd play, but not properly absurd like Samuel Beckett. He is mostly associated with comedy of menace. Good evening, Prashant. Welcome. He also worked as writer, director, and screenwriter. उनके कई सारे talent थे. He won Nobel Prize in 2005. So these are about his biographical details, जिसमें दो तीन important points है. One is this thing, Mountain Language, a play. He was a student of Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. His pseudonyms, and he published his poetry under this pseudonym. So these are some of the basic details. Good evening, Mukesh. Welcome. तो ये information है biography का. Now before going into Harold Pinter's plays, we need to know about this genre, comedy of menace, because Harold Pinter's plays are all fall into this category, comedy of menace. Now, what is this thing? We have read comedy of humors, we have read absurd plays, but what is comedy of menace? We need to know the features of comedy of menace, then we will move on to Harold Pinter's plays. So comedy of menace, basically this term is not coined by Harold Pinter. The term is coined by critic Irving Waddell. Critic Irving Waddell coined the term, and he also took the term from a play written by David Campton, जिसका टाइटल था The Lunatic View, a Comedy of Menace. So यहाँ से इन्होंने टाइटल लिया था. Though the source is debatable, maximum critics have said that this is not the proper source of the term comedy of menace, but in most of the books you will find this information that critic Irving Waddell coined the term, and from this particular source, a play by David Campton, The Lunatic View, a Comedy of Menace. So this particular critic Irving Waddell, he for the first time coined the term and referred Harold Pinter's plays as belonging to this particular genre, comedy of menace. तो ये वाडल का interpretation था, ठीक है? हाँ, absolutely. तो it is not actually started by Pinter himself. ये Irving Waddell का interpretation था कि Pinter's plays are falling into this particular category of comedy of menace. तो उन्होंने ही कुछ features बताए थे comedy of menace का, वो हमें जानना जरूरी है. What are the features? So according to Waddell, Pinter's plays are set in a claustrophobic atmosphere. This is important. This is the first feature, that while discussing comedy of menace, the plot is set in a claustrophobic atmosphere. Claustrophobic atmosphere, which means that it is a kind of suffocating place, a kind of place which is confined. So there is an element of confinement, imprisonment, suffocation, claustrophobia, all these things are associated with that. So the setting itself is very much disturbing and very much uncomfortable, you may say. Okay, so एक uncomfortable setting में play का starting हुआ. That was the first feature. Second feature is characters are drawn by external malignancy. Now, what does that mean? External malignancy means that the characters of comedy of menace, they must have some external problem, external malignancy, which means that they have animosity among themselves, or they have kind of dissatisfaction, or they have some kind of disturbing, controversial relationship, malignant relationship with each other. So this is also a feature. Characters are drawn by external malignancy. Another feature is they are always in doubt and fear. Yes, this is important. Confused characters. All the characters are very much confused. They are confused about their aim in life. They are confused about their tasks in life, the actions they are performing. Everything is under confusion. They are always in doubt and fear of something, afraid of something. Afraid of losing identity maybe, or afraid of doing something nonsensical, afraid of some danger. ठीक है, so they are always in doubt and fear. And तो ये question है कि why he is describing comedy of menace, not comedy of danger. Okay, because danger or threatening and menace, these two things are different. Menace is more abstract than threatening. Threatening में आपको एक concrete चीजें मिलेगा, कि whenever you are threatening someone or someone is threatening you, there is a concrete thing. There must be a concrete reason behind that. There must be a concrete way of threatening you. You can also understand that, okay, this person is threatening me, so I need to be aware of that. I need to get away from this particular man. You can understand it, you can feel it, and feel it very prominently. But menace is a kind of thing which is, you may say, that underlying sense of danger. It is a very abstract idea. Underlying sense of danger, which means you are always haunted by that kind of feeling that someone is threatening you, someone is giving you warning, your life is in danger, but you have no concrete proof. You have no concrete idea that who is threatening you, why is he threatening you, is it a threatening or something else. You have no idea, but you feel inside yourself that you are constantly being watched by someone, you are being threatened by someone. There is an underlying sense of danger in you, which is very much abstract. Yes, absolutely, Papri. Menace is an indirect hint to danger. Something will come up. Very good, Shubhangi. Something will come up. So that kind of fear, that something will happen, something will come up, not in positive sense, but in a kind of negative way, that something will happen, something dangerous will happen, but you don't know what will happen. Okay, so that is known as menace. That is why Arvind Wardell has used the term comedy of menace, not threatening, because the characters are in terrible confusion. They do not know that what is the source of that threatening, but they are constantly in fear. They do not know what is the thing which they are afraid of, but they are in fear. They are in a kind of underlying sense of threatening. Okay, and why is it called comedy? Because it has a combination of comedy and laughter. So comedy mixed with menace, that kind of a peculiar structure is comedy of menace. Good evening, Amit. Welcome. Yes. और क्या चीज है? Lack of communication, which is also a feature of absurd play. That there is a lack of communication. Though in Waiting for Godot, Vladimir and Estragon are talking with each other, but there is no proper topic to communicate. Right? They are just saying some passing words that Godot will not come. Vladimir is saying yes, you are right, or there may be some pause. Okay, so some kind of disjointed narration are there in Pinter's plays. Also, you will find that there is a lack of communication. Characters are mostly isolated, and that is why they are facing that kind of danger. You always feel that whenever you live alone in your house, you have all kind of negative thoughts in your mind, right? Apparently there is no need to be afraid of, but still you feel that there is a sense of fear in you, because there is no one in your house, there is no one to take care of. So in that situation we also feel frustrated, we also feel afraid. These characters are also facing the same situation, as they have lack of communication, as they are isolated from the world, so they are in more fear. But the exact cause of fear is unknown. The exact source of fear is unknown. Yes, absolutely right, Papri. Pinteresque pause. Good evening, Priya. Welcome. Pinteresque pause, very good. And that pause is very famous in Pinter's plays. Pinteresque pause or Pinter pause हम इसको कहते हैं. That is lack of communication. Yes. और क्या feature है? Ordinary interaction among the characters create doubts and suspicion. So there are no clear hint, as Shubhangi has said, that something will come up. So something you don't know what is the thing. Right? So this ordinary interaction, the dialogue is very petty dialogues. There are not serious issue in that sense. Very common things are discussed by the characters, but through that words, actually there are some kind of doubts, there are suspicion, and that suspicion leads to fear. That fear leads to an underlying sense of danger, threatening. तो जब भी किसी चीज के ऊपर हमारा सस्पिशन होता है, when we are suspicious about something, we always feel that there is something uncanny, there is something uncomfortable, something that we don't know. So ordinary interaction create doubts. Obviously, element of silence are there, which Papri has said, Pinteresque pause. And the plays are actually short plays, not too long, short dialogues, short scenes are there. But through that scenes, many things are expressed together. Here, comedy is used to enable the audience to judge a character or a scene. Yes, so comedy of menace, comedy here doesn't mean for pure laughter. Comedy is a tool just to give the audience some relief or some space so that they can analyze the character, they can think of that particular scene. So comedy is used for that purpose. Okay, so that is about the term comedy of menace. I hope I am clear with the term. So these are the features. Always remember these features, and whenever you will read any play of Harold Pinter, you can apply these features on that, because all of Pinter's plays are talking about this kind of feature or comedy of menace. Okay. Okay, so Kavita is asking about results. Yes, first week of February that is expected. I think final answer key has not been released now. So after the release of final answer key, you will get your result. And I also think that maybe in next week, you will definitely get your result, or at the end of this week also, there is a possibility. Okay, so result will come soon, don't worry. चलो. So next हम आते हैं उसके plays में. Now we will analyze the plays. The first important play you have all read in your masters, that is the Birthday Party, published in 1958. Very famous play, very important play, and classic play belonging to the genre of comedy of menace. And that is why Harold Pinter's plays, if you try to summarize the play, you will not find any kind of interest. Okay, because this is very difficult to tell a detailed summary of the play, as like just like the absurd plays. ठीक है, तो इसमें summary बताना बहुत मुश्किल है, because there are no proper plot exactly. Some characters, they are doing some actions, and that performs the play. That actually, that forms the play. Okay, so it is just a collection of some disjointed actions doing by different characters. So there is no proper plot in that sense, okay, as in absurd play, but still I'm trying to summarize the main characters and major incident. So Birthday Party, published in 1958, it was Pinter's first full-length play, very important. And Birthday Party, the title seems that it is a very enjoyable moment, and it brings us happiness. It's a memorable day. Birthday, we all have our birthdays, and we all have that special day. Okay, so birthdays are very much special to all of us, right? So Birthday Party, the title makes us think that, okay, so this play must be a very happy one, where there must be a tone of celebration, there must be a tone of positivity. Everyone is congratulating someone on his birthday, there is a party organized. But yes, obviously there is a birthday party, but that party is not the normal birthday party which we think. That party develops that kind of threat, psychological trauma or menace. Let's start discussing the summary. So main character Meg and Petty, they are introduced. They are the proprietors of a house. Okay, Meg and Petty. So they are husband wife. Now another a tenant appears in their house, जिसका नाम है Stanley Weber, who is the main focal character of this play. So Stanley Weber is their tenant. Now Stanley has a very peculiar relationship with Meg. Meg and Petty, they treat Stanley as their own child. Okay, though Stanley is a grown-up man, but they are treated him as child, and they behave with him like parents. But at the same time, Meg has a kind of flirtatious relationship with Stanley. Okay, so Meg flirts with Stanley. ठीक है. Two other tenant appear later, Goldberg and McCann. ये दोनों tenant बाहर से आते हैं इसके घर में रेंट में रहने के लिए. Now another character appears with them, जिसका नाम है Lulu, who is a girl. Lulu appears, who chastises Stanley for his appearance. Lulu mocks Stanley that he is looking very much unsocial, or Stanley basically as a man, as a person, he is also very introvert. He is isolated from the whole world. He is always in a kind of depressing state. So he finds some kind of solace in the company of Meg, and Meg also tries to keep Stanley happy or engaged. Okay, so Lulu appears, who chastises Stanley for his appearance, and Meg suddenly announces that it is Stanley's birthday and gives a toy drum as present. Remember, yesterday we are discussing the Tin Drum by Oscar Matzerath, where also Oscar is presented with a toy drum. ओके तो वहां पर भी ड्रम को लेकर एक ऑब्सेशन था, यहाँ पर भी है ड्रम को लेकर एक ऑब्सेशन. ठीक है, Yes, Meg's neighbor girl. So Meg announces that it is Stanley's birthday and gives a toy drum as present. Though Stanley himself is not sure that it is his birthday or not. Okay, so Stanley denies that no, it is not his birthday, but Meg confirms that yes, it is Stanley's birthday. So that is absurdity. Same situation of Vladimir and Estragon. In Waiting for Godot, also we see that they are waiting for Godot, but they do not know that whether Godot will come today or tomorrow. Is it today or tomorrow? They don't know. When will Godot come? They don't know, but still they are waiting. Similarly, Stanley doesn't know that it is his birthday, but Meg announces that it is Stanley's birthday, and he is not sure of that. So Stanley is extremely isolated from the outside world, and so he feels very uneasy at his birthday party. He doesn't like that kind of jubilant celebration, that kind of noisy atmosphere, which is normal in a party. So he feels very much uneasy, and he decides to leave the resort but cannot. वो भाग जाने की कोशिश कर रहे but cannot. Same thing, Vladimir and Estragon, they are trying to go away from that place. They are trying to go home, but still they can't move. Similarly, Stanley is also facing that situation. Now, Lulu flirts with Goldberg and McCann sings. In that particular party, Lulu flirts with Goldberg and McCann sings, and Meg decides to dance with Stanley, but he refuses. Stanley is not comfortable at all. That particular birthday party, which should be a kind of good celebration, actually it turns into a grim psychological terror for Stanley. Stanley has faced a great trauma in that. Yes, absolutely, Papri. It is not clear whether it was real birthday of Stanley or not. Yes, that is the element of absurdity in your life or in our life. Sorry. The party turns into a grim psychological terror for Stanley. He tries to rape Lulu, तो party में एक ऐसा भी situation create होता है. Then he tries to strangle Meg. He is absolutely insane. And they play a game called Blind Man's Buff. ये PYQ में आया था कि बर्थडे पार्टी में कौन से गेम का नाम मेंशन है. That game's name is Blind Man's Buff. Okay, some kind of hide and seek, not exactly, but related to. McCann and Goldberg announce that Stanley has a mental breakdown, and the play ends where it starts. All of them are discussing about the party. Ends where it starts means the play starts with Meg and Petty. Actually, it is the time of morning, as far as I remember, and Petty is drinking tea. Meg is serving him breakfast and tea. तो इससे प्ले स्टार्ट होता है, एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द प्ले ऑल्सो इट इज रिवील्ड दैट Petty is sitting on the same chair. He is reading a newspaper, and Meg is serving him tea or breakfast, and all of them are discussing about the party. But Stanley's position is very ambivalent. Stanley has a nervous breakdown, but what happened to Stanley at the end, that is not clear. No, Priya, I don't live in Calcutta. I live in Purulia, West Bengal, Purulia. Okay, yes, Blind Man's Buff is the name of the game. So this is important. Okay, so that is about birthday party. You have all read the play, I think. Next play की तरफ हम जाते हैं. The Room, published in 1958. This also has a peculiar plot. Room में character का नाम है Rose. Rose is talking with her husband Bert, who is totally silent. Okay, so one character, it's a kind of monologue. One character is talking, another character is not responding. So Rose is talking with her husband Bert, but Bert is totally silent. And Rose क्या बात कर रहे? Rose is mainly reflecting on the cold weather and warm comfort of the room. So ये एक proverb था कि when in Britain mainly, when two strangers meet and they don't know each other, they don't have any topic for conversation, so they start introducing themselves by discussing the weather. ठीक है, तो ये एक चीज था कि दोनों स्ट्रेंजर आपस में बात करना शुरू करते हैं वेदर से, जो कि एक कॉमन टॉपिक है, उसके बाद मेन टॉपिक में जाते हैं. बट यहाँ पर देखो, रोज इज टॉकिंग विथ हर हस्बैंड, बट दे आर नॉट स्ट्रेंजर्स, दे आर कपल्स. बट टॉपिक क्या है? रोज इज जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द कोल्ड वेदर, द चिली कोल्ड वेदर एंड द वार्म कंफर्ट ऑफ द रूम. So that is not a topic of conversation at all, because everyone can feel it, that outside it is cold and inside the room it is hot. So that reflects at the very beginning of the play, it reflects the destruction of personal relationship, or maybe the destruction of warmth of love, or maybe the significance of relationship. ठीक है? हाँ, absolutely. I mean, it is comedy of menace. Yes, Bert remains mute. Goldberg and McCann done everything to prove Stanley mad. Absolutely right, Papri. Yes, comedy of menace hai, Room. Absolutely. And the title is also very interesting. Room. Room is associated with comfort. Room is associated with privacy. Okay, room is associated with something romantic. Okay, but here you can see that this room is very much detached. They are conversing in a room, but that room is not associated with them also. Room is absolutely a detached identity, and the relationship between husband and wife is also very cold. Rose is only talking on the cold weather, and Bart is almost indifferent to that. So actually they have no topic to discuss. That is why they're just talking uselessly. Okay, now another character appears, the landlord, Mr. Kidd, who arrives and asks when Bart will leave the room. Rosie answers his questions. Very significantly, Bart is totally silent. So landlord arrives and landlord actually wants them to leave the room. ठीक है? तो रोज उसके साथ बात कर रहे हैं, but not Bart. Bart is totally silent. Landlord is asking questions to Bart, but the answer is given by Rose. A blind black man really appears to deliver a message to Rose from her father. एक blind man आते हैं really. Later what happens? Bert finds Rose stroking Lily's face. So Bert Bert is seeing that Rose is flirting with Lily. Now Bert starts speaking. Bert delivers a long monologue and starts beating Lily. So now he is furious and he starts beating Lily. Finally, Lily dies, and Rose cries out at the end, "Can't I see? I can't see. I can't see." Rose cries out at the end that she can't see anything. So she metaphorically becomes blind, blind to the situation, blind to the torture, or also blind to the relationship, blind to birth. You can interpret it anyway. So that is about the room. Okay, very shocking plot, right? मूविंग ऑन टू नेक्स्ट, द डम वेटर. देखो हर बार टाइटल में आपको साइलेंस नजर आएगा, दैट इज पिंटरेस्क पॉज. In each and every play there is a great significance of silence, which is also a great part of absurd drama, also a part of Beckett's plays, or any kind of absurd plays. Okay, so here also in the title it is mentioned, dumb waiter who can't speak, silent. Again silence, again pause. So Dumbwaiter also has a peculiar plot line. Gus and Ben, they are the two characters. They are waiting in a basement room for their assignment. So they are working as an assistant to some important person. Okay, so they are just waiting for their assignment, for their next assignment, and they are talking nonsensically like Vladimir and Estrella. Now, when they are waiting in a basement room, a dumb waiter arrives and he delivers occasional food orders. Okay, the waiter is dumb. Okay, so the waiter delivers occasional food orders. Now, Ben and Gus, they are waiting for their next assignment, but Ben doesn't know that next assignment is to kill Gus. नेक्स्ट जो ऑर्डर आएगा वो गस को ही मारना होगा, उनको ये उनको नहीं पता था. He doesn't know. So he is waiting for something. He is waiting for some duty to be performed, but he himself is not aware of that. Same thing, Vladimir and Estragon, they are waiting for Godot, but they don't know who Godot is, when will he come, whether he will come or not. Okay, yes, signifying lack of communication in modern world. Mysterious character. Very good, Subhangi. Loud silence. Yes, absolutely. It is silence, but it is loud. It is loaded with a lot of meanings. Yes, very good. They are talking nonsensically. So a dumb waiter delivers occasional food orders. Ben doesn't know that next assignment is to kill Gus, and at the end they stare at each other in surprise. Again, silence. So there is not enough dialogue. They are just talking nonsensically, and at the end they are staring each other in surprise. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to manage the situation. Ben also doesn't know how to kill Gus. Okay, so that is dumb waiter. So the waiter is dumb, but here the characters become dumb at the end. So beautifully written plays, right? Next play is The Caretaker, published in 1960. Caretaker setting is West London, divided into 3 acts. So iska plot kya hai? Meek is a character who is sitting in his bedroom. Now, 2 other person come. One is Ashton, his brother, and another is Davies, a tramp, a vagabond. So they two come here. Okay, Ashton offers a job to Davies at his cafe. Davies is a tramp, so Ashton उनको एक job offer करता है to work his cafe. He also gives him food, clothes and shelter. So दोनों character के बीच में बहुत ज्यादा difference है. Ashton is very shy, very submissive, but Davies is very violent and outspoken. He is a tramp. He doesn't do anything, but he is very violent and outspoken. Whereas Ashton is very shy, submissive, and meek man. Now, Meek and Davies talk on various issues. Meek offers Davies to rent the room later. Yes, uncertainty and unexpected things of human life, right? So now Meek offers Davies to rent the room, and Davies is proposed to become the caretaker. डेविस को एस्टन तो चाहते थे कि वो कैफे में काम करे एंड मीक उनको ये प्रपोजल दिया कि तुम इसी घर का केयरटेकर बन जाओ. ठीक है. फाइनली एस्टन रिफ्यूजेस डेविस बिकॉज ही मेक्स टू मच नॉइज. So one character is completely silent and another character is making too much noise. So Ashton is disgusted to employ Davies and finally he decides to fire him. तो इस टाइप का एक प्लॉट है द केयरटेकर. अगेन एज पापड़ी हैड सेड, इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द अनएक्सपेक्टेड थिंग्स ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइफ. दैट डेविस which is sheltered, which is praised by Ashton earlier, and that Ashton actually refuses to employ him because he is creating too much noise. So things changes according to time. Okay, so these are the major plays of Harold Pinter. There are also some other plays. The Homecoming, published in 1964, Betrayal 1978, and he wrote many screenplays. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. स्क्रीन प्ले से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आते हैं कि कौन कौन सा स्क्रीन प्लेस पिंटर ने लिखा है. सो दीज आर द मेजर स्क्रीन प्लेस. वन इज द सर्वेंट, which is based on Robin Mom's novella. Another is Accident, which is based on Nicholas Mosley's novel. Another is Turtle Diary, based on Russell Hoban's novel. Okay, and he also wrote the screenplays Shakespeare in Love. Sorry, Shakespeare in Love is by Tom Stoppard. No, that is not by Pinter. So Turtle Diary, Accident and The Servant, these 3 screenplays are written by Harold Pinter, and okay, and 2 other plays are Homecoming, Betrayal. There are also a lot of plays, but these plays are very important as I have discussed. Most important play is Birthday Party. Birthday Party से बहुत question आते हैं. You need to read the play. If you have read the text, that is very nice, but at least if you don't read the text, read the detailed summary of the play, act-wise summary, and also look at the other plays like Room, Caretaker, etc. Okay, good evening Akash, welcome. But you have joined very late. So that is the end of today's class. Thank you all for joining. This is the link of my Telegram channel. Those of you who have not joined yet, please join to get notification of all important classes. And also please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Yes, absolutely right, Papri. Noise is forbidden in the world of absurd because their silence speaks more than sound. Very nice, very nice. That is the interpretation. Yes. So silence speaks more than sound, loud silence. That is why dialogues are not so important. Silence is important. You need to identify the pause. You need to interpret the silence. Yes, absolutely. So tomorrow we will meet again with another important topic. Tomorrow we will talk about 2 major dramatists. Okay, 2 major modern dramatists, though minor but still important. So one is John Arden and another is Carol Churchill. One is John Arden and another is Carol Churchill. Tomorrow we will talk about that. Okay, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. So don't forget to join me live. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications. Okay, so thank you all. Bye bye everyone. See you all tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.